Good Thursday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, where we had a pretty nice day out there today. We had the front that moved into our area, and as advertised, that front had very limited moisture with it. Most places made it through the day today without any rain at all. There were some spots that saw just a few sprinkles here and there, and we even had some interesting clouds out there today where you could actually see some of the rain coming out of the clouds, but it just didn't make it down to the ground because it was evaporating before making it down to the ground. That's a feature that we call virga. So most places did stay dry. The front has moved through, and now we're seeing the winds that are gusting up a little bit, and we will have some cooler air here with us overnight tonight and then through the day tomorrow as well. In fact, the 60s will return today. We did spike up to 76 degrees before that front moved through, and we had enough sunshine filtering through the clouds to help us get up into those mid 70s. But tomorrow we go back down to the 60s. I think it'll be the upper 60s here, but at least just a little bit cooler. We're also expecting a dry weekend where we don't expect any rain around, but we have actually another front that's going to be coming in during the day on Sunday. So it's going to be back to around 70 on Saturday, but then Sunday's highs will only be in the 50s. Then we look into the middle of next week for the next chance for not only rain, but we're also monitoring that for the potential for a few thunderstorms that could be developing with that system too. We're going to talk more about all of these scenarios for you coming up here in just a moment. Let's take a look at what we're watching right now as we see our weather conditions that are trying to get a little cooler out there for us. Let me click this on the bar here so we can see what's going on. Well, for some reason this does not want to work. We put it back into play mode here and we'll see what happens. So we're a little frozen here. So again, with the satellite and radar, you can see what we're watching with the clear skies that we have in our area tonight, not only over North Georgia, but also here into parts of the metro Atlanta area as well. Nothing else is really moving into our area tonight. No major weather features pushing in, but we do have that northwesterly flow that is with us, and it's giving us a bit of a breeze, and that's what's bringing in some of the cooler air that we're experiencing out there right now. Let's take a look at the pollen count. I want to show you what we're watching out there. The number did go down just a little bit today to 131. So that's a little bit lower than it was yesterday when we had those weather conditions that were, or the pollen count numbers that were in the 300s. So it did manage to go up just a little bit here, or go down a little bit for today. The main pollens present are juniper, elm, pine, maple, unident tree as well. And the thing I want you to notice there is the pine is now part of the scenario that we're seeing, and that's usually the yellow that is so easy to see and that coats everything. But again, these numbers are nothing compared to what we're going to be having once we get toward the end of March and beginning of April. That's when we have a lot of pine pollen out there with all the yellows and green that is coating everything that we have out there. So the pollen count did come down just a little bit today, despite us still having those warm temperatures. Speaking of warm temperatures, look at the almanac. We got up to 76 degrees for a high temperature today. Our low this morning was 55. Yes, these temperatures still trending above the average. We should be around 61 for an average high for this time of year. We should be around 42 for a low. Now look at the record, 79. So yes, that 76 was 3 degrees away from the record. Still no measurable rain here. Again, there were just a couple little raindrops here and there, but nothing measurable. So as we've been telling you, we're watching the deficit that is growing just a little bit more each and every day. We're now a little bit more than a ½ inch below where we should be in rainfall for the year. That's not a huge deficit, but we are watching it grow a little bit. Now, we showed you the highs and lows. This is when those occurred. You can see those 50s that we had out there early this morning. This was between really 7 and 8 o'clock. And then watch how the temperatures were rising during the day. And we spiked up a little bit before that front moved in. I know the highest you see on here is 74. That's the hourly temperature there at 3 o'clock, but we actually went up to 76 for a brief period before those temperatures started coming back down along with that front and that wind that was moving in. So notice how we started going down to 70 at 4 o'clock, 60s, and now into the 50s at this hour. So temperatures are cooling down a bit. Now we did have the breezes that have been kicking up along with that front, but now it's not too breezy out there. We still have about a 9-mile-an-hour wind right now, 10-mile-an-hour wind in Athens, but Carrollton and Dalton, you're calm right now. 7-mile-an-hour wind in the Covington area. So those gustier winds are actually moving off to the east, where you still see the blues and yellow colors here, where those winds are gusting just a little bit more. So take a look at the temperatures. We've been watching these temperatures come down a bit. Right now we are at 58 here in Atlanta, 53 in Marietta and also in Duluth, 55 in Canton, still holding at 50 in Blairsville, but look at Dalton in the 40s already compared to Rome at 57. So we're seeing a wide range of temperatures, and that often happens when we have clear skies. The warmer air from the day radiates a little more quickly out into the atmosphere, and in some spots it holds on a little bit longer, especially here in Atlanta, where we have what we call the urban heat island here with the city, all the buildings that we have and the concrete that holds on to that heat a little bit longer. Athens still holding on to some of that heat there at 59 degrees right now too. So here's a look at the planner during the day on Friday. It's really going to be a good day. Temperatures, though, will be trending just a little bit lower. We're going to top off in the upper 60s in the afternoon, and we're going to have a lot more sunshine. It's going to be a bright, sunny day for for all of the entire day. Starting off at 42 in the morning, then 49 at 9 o'clock. There you see getting up to about 69 degrees here in the afternoon hours, and then cooling down to 61 by 7 o'clock. So here's the forecast track. All right, let me show you what we are watching over the next couple of days. And really, you're not going to see a lot happening on this map because we don't really see any big-time weather features that are going to be moving our way. Not a lot in the form of cloud cover. We're not expecting any rain for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or even the first part of next week. But I want to kind of cycle through this. You can at least see the look at the winds, those winds coming out of the north and west overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Again, just some breezes here and there, nothing particularly blustery. And then by the afternoon hours tomorrow, more of a westerly flow, still highs up to about 69 degrees in the afternoon. Going into Saturday, still in the morning, a cool start, but then by afternoon, I do think we'll get up into the 70s for a high temperature, up to right around 70 degrees, the lower 70s here, and maybe just a couple more clouds will be mixing in later in the day, but still, that won't give us any rain. Then the next front comes in. We'll feel that on Sunday, cool temperatures to start Sunday, but in the afternoon, look at this, with that northerly flow and even a little bit of a northeasterly flow over to the east of us, we will see temperatures only in the 50s for highs, most likely mid and upper 50s for highs on Sunday. So it will be noticeably cooler here on your Sunday afternoon, and then chilly to start going into Sunday night and into Monday morning too. Here's a look at the air moisture map. Now the purple color indicating the dry air, that is over us now, but where you see the blues and even some of those lighter colors, that is the moisture that came through our area earlier today. But for us, it was mainly in the form of just some additional clouds and a few of those raindrops here and there. Now, once the system moved to the east, we did see a little better coverage of some rain in East Georgia and also into South Carolina and parts of South Georgia. But tomorrow, that is all gone. The purple color is back. That's indicating more really dry air over us. Same thing for Saturday. Dry conditions also into Sunday. Monday is going to be a dry day as well. But notice out to the west, we're going to be watching some of this moisture that'll be building. On Tuesday, mainly, excuse me, just a few extra clouds are going to be building in on Tuesday, but we still don't expect any rain here yet. It's going to be on Wednesday when we see some rain moving in, and that's all of this moisture that you see out to the west. Watch how that's going to be pushing through our area. This is early on Wednesday morning, where we will have the chance for not only some showers, but then through the day, the potential for some storms. I think that would be earlier in the day on Wednesday when we will potentially see that. Then Thursday, we dry out again. We'll have another surge of cooler air that'll be moving in for the end of the week too. So take a look at these rain chances over the next 5 days. Yeah, we don't see anything at all. It is going to be dry Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But it's going to be on Wednesday when we see that next chance for rain that'll be moving in. So here's what we're watching for tonight. We have that cooler air that is now pushing into our area behind that front. Again, not cold, just a little bit cooler here. And that'll be with us during the day on Friday. That warmer air to the south and also to the west. The warmer air returns on Saturday before the next front comes in. That will allow this cooler air to push in on Sunday. All right, so a little bit of everything that's going to be moving our way here. That'll be with us for Sunday, and then Monday, that starts to move away. We see this warmer air building out to the west. That comes in for Tuesday, as well as on Wednesday. We think Wednesday's highs will be in the lower 70s in the afternoon hours here, and that's going to be when that system moves in with our next chance for rain. We'll be watching that for the potential for a few storms that could develop here too. Again, too early to tell whether or not this would be a severe weather system, but just something that we're keeping an eye on for now. The temperatures and the lows are kind of up and down. We see some of those cooler 30s there as we get into Sunday and Monday. And then also Sunday and Monday, the afternoon highs will be lower, only 59 for a high on Sunday, 60 for a high on Monday, and then back to 67 on Tuesday. And again, as I mentioned, we're thinking we'll get back up into the lower 70s here for Wednesday. All right, let me walk you through the European model. This is the forecast track that we're watching through the period. Still dry for the weekend. A Saturday looking good, maybe just a couple of clouds here and there. Sunday, a reinforcing shot of cooler air behind a secondary front that moves in. Now, the thing about this front coming in Saturday into Sunday, there's not going to be any moisture with it. So we don't expect any rain at all out of that system. It's just going to be a dividing line from some warmer air and cooler air that'll be pushing on in. Monday, maybe just a couple more clouds. There's that rain system going down to the south of us on Monday and into Tuesday. We'll be dry here on Tuesday, but clouds will start building in. And then here's the system we're watching, a little more impressive system that's going to be out to the west of us along the Mississippi River Valley area on Tuesday. During the morning hours and into the afternoon. And then once we go into Wednesday, that's when this system will move into our area. We're feeling pretty confident now, at least about some rain chances for Wednesday, but where our confidence level isn't that high is on whether or not all the ingredients are going to be here for us to see any severe storms. So as of right now, we're just saying, be aware. We are feeling pretty confident about some rain chances on Wednesday. We want you to also know that there is the chance for some storms, maybe some thunder and lightning with that, but it's the severe weather part that we're not totally confident on yet, but we will be watching each and every day as new model data comes in, kind of fine-tuning whether or not any of those storms could turn strong. After that moves out of here pretty quickly on Thursday, the rain's all gone, we'll have another surge of cooler air moving in. That might even shake out some snow flurries in the western North Carolina mountains and the eastern Tennessee mountains as well, with that next surge of cooler air moving in. This is what the Storm Prediction Center is thinking so far on any severe weather threat for Wednesday. And this is the map for Tuesday into early on Wednesday. And I really think the better chance on Tuesday for severe storms is going to be in Mississippi, parts of Louisiana, southern Missouri, and into eastern parts of those areas of Texas. Now, as we go into Wednesday morning, that's where we see this line move in here, where there's a chance that some of those storms could turn strong as that line moves in. Once we go into the daytime hours later on Wednesday, that 15% chance line shifts more over from Atlanta over to the east of us. So just a lot to watch with this system moving in. And again, we still have time to fine tune it and kind of look a little bit better at the potential ingredients needed for severe weather, especially when we get into Monday and Tuesday, when we get some more high resolution data in on the models. We'll be able to fine tune that a little bit more. And of course, through the weekend, Nicole and Danielle will be fine tuning that for you as well. So here's what we're watching. Speaking of the weekend, things are looking pretty good out there. We're going to see a dry weekend. We return to 70 degrees on Saturday. Then on Sunday, though, with that next front that's moving in, it is going to be cooling down. Again, we're expecting those high temperatures to move down into the 50s once we get into your Sunday afternoon. So here is a look at what we're watching with those temperatures that are going to be up and down. And we see the conditions that will be in around 69 degrees here on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to be at 70 degrees for a high. Sunday, it gets cooler, 59 degrees for a high temperature here on your Sunday afternoon. So those temperatures really kind of up and down through the weekend. And then Monday, we're cool, still at about 60 degrees. Warming to 67 Tuesday, 72 Wednesday. That's the day with the rain chance and the potential for some storms, and then it clears out Thursday. But that colder air is going to be moving in again once we get into Thursday afternoon. So just know a lot of changes, and we're used to seeing changes here in the metro Atlanta area, especially in the springtime season. So keep it with us right here on 11 Alive Plus. We love doing these extended weather discussions for you. We'll have another update during our newscast tonight at 11 o'clock right here on 11 Alive Plus.